All right, forgive me a bit. I'm just getting some things started. I'm almost ready to start. Just give me a moment. All right, hello. Countsake here, back with another Unity creating a shortest path solver thing. Okay, so well, in the last episode, I guess we started work on a command prompt, and well, it so far it works. However, I would like to actually have to add some of these features that I have here. So the first one is the hold notification option or button sort of thing. Now it's going to be rather simple. It's just going to be like the pause button. It's not anything special. Now to do this, it's going to be. I'm pretty sure all we need to do is to go to the extra. No, not the extras. The notification, where is it? There's the close. I'm going to duplicate it. However, instead, I'm just going to parent it to the top left. And this one is going to be hold. It's going to be say hold. Now, as for its text, I'm going to try and see if this will work. I mean, it kind of does work, but at the same time, it looks rather ugly. But I'll try and see if I can get it to work. The line spacing, no. How about character spacing? Because yeah, okay. And why is this in Arial? I put this in Calibri, and they're now even more spread far apart. Let me see what happens. Oh, okay. It actually looks better now. Okay, let me go ahead and set this to bold, maybe, so that way it's a little bit easier to see. And why does it look offset? Seriously though, it looks rather offset. But yeah, the text looks offset. Why? It's like slightly, it's just like very slightly to the side. I don't know why. That's not exactly ideal. But I'm just gonna, well, oh, maybe that's why. Maybe this is why. I'm just gonna fix that. And it's still rather okay. Well, I also have a feeling that the graphics don't look very good, at least for the hold and close button. I think I should actually remove I think I'm gonna remove that. And I'm going to add a panel, and this panel is obviously going to be the outline. And well, we're gonna make it white because, I mean, that's how we do it. And here we're gonna set it to a panel, like that. All right, let me make sure, that way I'm gonna duplicate it and we're gonna put it on the other one. We also would like to reset the transform, but let's do it like this. There we go. Then we have to do this. Wait, what? What did I just? Okay, that was weird. But there we go. Take that and remove this guy's thing. There we go. With that, hopefully now it looks a little bit better. But obviously, this button is not supposed to. This button is not going to be closing any notifications. In fact, if we go to our UI, we want to bring up our notifications script. Let's go ahead and bring that up. And well, we have this close notification, and right under it, we're going to have a public void hold notification, like so. And well, I believe with that, we also need to now need to have a private boolean, or I'm not sure it should be private. If anything, it should be, I'm not sure. You just need a boolean. Here it will say hold notif. I don't see a reason why it needs to be public, so I'm going to keep it private. So in this public void, all we need to do is Okay, wait, hold on a second. I'm thinking. Um, the hold notification. Okay, so if we do hold notification, all it does is okay, hold notification. All this was going to do is say hold notif equals true. And well, the only way to actually do that would be to close it will be to hold notif will be set to false here. And on our void update, we don't want to close it. Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out my thing here. So and has closed notif has stopped is equal to false. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what on earth is this. Okay, this is the main one. Okay, I think this is where the main one is. And we want to say and hold notif is equal to false. Yeah. If the hold notif is not set to null, is set to true, then this will not be called, and thus the notification will not close. So that's actually a very simple function that we can do, and the only way to close it is to actually press this again. And well, to actually now let's go ahead and go to our hold in on click. You want to go do not notify. Oh, notification is on this guy. So we're going to do bring our notification, go notification, and hold notification. Now to test this, let's go ahead and hold on a second. No, okay, this thing is way too fast for me. There we go. And as you can see, it definitely, yeah, it seems to work. All right, yeah, I think we basically already have done our hold and the hold notification and such. So that's already something knocked off the list. Then we want to now do is next to add a button to open the command prompt. Now this one is a lot more. This one's going to be a little bit more. I'm going to have to require a little bit more work because, well, you'll see. But okay. But the first thing I want to do is actually I kind of would prefer to. Can I open the input? Can I close the command prompt over here? There we go. So because the reason why it's going to actually take a bit, it's going to be a bit more. It's going to be a bit more stuff is because, well, we now need to actually add another button here, and not a toggle. Not a toggle. Why would I want Earth? Why on earth would I want a toggle? So here we have the pause button. We have the mode panel button. The next is we have another button. This one is going to go right here, and this one will be the CMD prompt button. Now the pause button is kind of like this. However, for this guy, he's going to go in the exact opposite place. You want the X to actually be 16, is it? 16, 16. Okay. 16, 16. Height. 32, 32. Like that. And I don't believe we'll need any text. However, we probably do need to have the what is it? Okay, we're gonna take out that sprite. Instead, we're gonna replace it with, I actually have a new sprite ready for this. Let me find it. Animation sprite, there it is. Sprites, and we have command prompt. I'm just gonna make this a sprite and apply it. Let me go ahead and just check let me check this button. The pause button. The pause button. Wait, the pause button actually has an outline. I don't know. Let me go ahead and see what it looks like. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me go ahead and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look right, I'll be okay with changing it up a bit. So let me see what it looks like. It's rather small, if I have to say so myself. The button looks really small. I can barely even read it. So we're gonna have to go ahead and increase this to maybe a 64 by 64. So 64 by 64. This is the exact same height, so 32, there we go. So there is one thing I could do to make this button actually, make the button actually much more, I can still give it the outline. I just need to do this and go to find the panel like so. Then do that. There we go. I literally now have the button ready to go. Now, this one is just going to go under the extras, and what it does is it goes to the player command prompt, and it does not execute CMD. It's, where is it? Is it public? Is the function public? Open. Oh, they're private. Let me go ahead and make this a public. Now, private is going to private. Clear notives. This one's a break. This one should be a return. Actually, the command help should not be. I realize that command help should not actually be a thing. Yeah, I decided that the command list will actually already contain the information that it needs. Because, yeah. Okay. Anyway, what is next? So we have to make vertex, make edit. Then private close command prompt. I think I need to actually remember that. I need to actually do that before when you do the close command prompt thing. So all we just need to do is to remember to not do that. Whoops. We're gonna do this. Oh my gosh. So wow, there really is a lot of commands that I have to do. And the phone just, okay. Thank you, phone. Anyway, so here, open command prompt. Okay, so we do that. Open the command prompt. And when we open the command prompt, when we click the open command prompt, what we want to do is, another thing I would like to do is, if open if UI manager dot script dot open menu dot close all menus, we'll do it like that. UI manager dot script dot close all menus. Do that, and well, that's only if we open the command prompt. So now let's go ahead and open it up. Right now the button's just kind of sitting there. It's just there. It doesn't really do anything because, well, I don't believe we gave it anything to do. So cmd command prompt, and then here we have to do open command prompt. And of course, the last thing that I want to do is to actually add this to the animation for open menu. So let's go ahead and do a bit of recording. So for that, we want to do the command prompt button, and this guy, all it is that he starts off at 32, not 23, 32. And over here, he goes to negative 32. There you go. Buttons like that. Then next is the close menu. I guess I'll go ahead and work on that. So let's go record. All it is, it starts at negative 32. Then after a quarter of a second, it's now back at 32. There we go. Then on the stay close menu, I might as well add this. So this one will be at 32 for the stay close. Now the stay open, again, we're going to now set this to negative 32. Hopefully now this will work with our UI. And yeah, it seems to work. Hold on a second. Under the UI manager, there is one thing that I also probably should do. Under the close all menus, confirm graph name, it's, I guess, all the way at, what is this, the settings, and here is the pause menu, right here. Okay, I'll do if player cmd prompt dot, not executing command, what is it? I guess I can go ahead and speak now. Well, yeah. I just realized I don't really believe I need to have it part of the close all menus. I don't believe I need to. Okay. So with that, I'm actually going to now set the position in the editor to there, and I'm going to save all this stuff. With that, we can go ahead and open up the command prompt. And we can just say we want to let's say we want to make a vertex and we want to call it banana or whatever, and then we're going to put its position to, I'm kind of curious, what happens if I put a space and I put it at 3, 1, -4. Okay, that looks awful. Okay, that's a bit of an oopsie. It has a space. 1 is not a okay, give me a second here. What? 1 is not a valid. Oh, there's also a space there. Yeah, there we go. We can make any vertex, and it's now called banana. And if we wanted to, we can go to edit mode and call this B. Yeah, it works. Just works like any other, and works like. I did not want to create that. Let me delete that. Okay. And then we can solve for the points between. Yeah. However, A is not updating. That is a bug. That is definitely a bug, but okay. I'll have to fix that, but eventually I'll have to fix it. But all right, with that, I think, yeah, I can go ahead and go back to working on the command prompt and go back to working on it. So let's go back. Let's do that. So what's the next thing that we need to do? Set vertex position. Okay, so set vertex position, all it does is literally sets the position of a vertex based on the name. So private void set vertex position. So this takes in a string called the inputted CMD. And well, the first thing that we probably always need to do is build this. We have a string for the vertex name, which is going to set it to that. Then we have a string for the x, set that to nothing. String for the y, set that to nothing. And last but not least, a string for the z. So actually, this actually takes in a lot of things made from the make vertex thing. But I'll go ahead and get the syntax and the stuff for the syntax in a later bit. So next is we have the boolean called, and we're just going to call it make string, and by default it's false. So now we have to do our classic for each character are in inputted CMD if make string equals false, equals true, and then we have else if a particle collision event, if make string is well, okay, if the character is equal to this, then we can say make string equal to true. All right, so next is that we also need a integer called the param index. What we want to do is check if the character is equal to a comma. We'll go ahead, one will continue, and we want to set param index increase by 1. going to set it to 0 first. Then what we need to do is take a switch of the param index, case 0, break, case 1, break, case 2, not that, case 2, break, case 3, and break. So yeah, the first one is it will do vertex name plus equals character. The next is we have x plus equals character. And last, of course, y plus equals character. Then z plus, okay, if I guess I might as well do it here instead. If the character is equal to this, we want to break. Then we do z plus equals character. All right. With that, we'll go ahead and do some things. So first off, we want to do is if vertex name dot length is not last index, length is less than or equal to 0, we want to return and do our notification dot notify so must. Okay, fine. The first one is not that, but we'll go ahead and we want, say, param index. Okay, then. Oh my gosh, this is actually exactly the things that we need to put. So we're just going to copy paste it. However, we don't need some of this. For example, this one. What we can do instead is if graph editor.script.vertices dot contains key vertex name equals false, return saying notification.notify could not find vertex of name, could not find vertex name for 0.5f. All right. And well, yeah, this is exactly as it should be. There's the length, then there's the inputted command, not fully closed, must have 4 parameters. And if all of these conditions are satisfied, what we now need to do is to do, well, can't find it. Well, then if we can find the vertex, then we're going to make a vertex, or we're going to make a game, or yeah, we're going to do a vertex. This is going to be called, just call it selected vertex is equal to ref editor.script.vertices, and we're going to place in vertex name. Then the next thing after we do this, after we do all that, is to do this. We actually just want to do selected vertex dot game object dot transform dot position dot, it's going to be set equal to position. Here we go. All right. With that, let's go ahead and, well, before we do that, we actually need to make sure that we put it into our function, our overall main function. Let me go ahead and close that out. So set vertex position, and well, all we need to do is call set vertex position cmd code. And of course, we can't forget to close the command prompt. With that, let me make sure that my mic is on. Yes, it is. I'm gonna go ahead and open the command prompt and say set. Okay, apparently I forgot to completely disable interaction, the camera interaction, if executing a command. So we can still highlight, but what we now want to do is wait, what's mode manager enable? Hold on a second. Mode manager, where are you? You're in the miscellaneous, aren't you? Okay, that is a weird one, but I'll go ahead and do it like this. If player command prompt executing command is equal to true, we'll go ahead and return because we don't want to actually interact with anything while executing commands. So yeah, that's rather important. Go ahead and execute a command. Right. Okay. Because this is exactly so. Now set vertex position is the name of the command. Set vertex pos, and we're going to do A, and we want to set it to 0, 1, 0. Okay. Okay. And the vertex that we want to skip is not this one. We want to skip the selected vertex. So with that, hopefully then we can now move a vertex up by 1 if we must. Whoops. So set vertex position. We do A 0, 0. We're going to set it up by 1. And that appears to have moved. So now we can set it to 2 now. Yay, it works. And then, of course, we could always reset it back to its original position. Yay. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and now work on the next one, which is the delta vertex position. Now this one you might think that this might sound like a weird name, but it's not. It's in reference to the delta x whenever you have a variable that changes by, oh hi. So yeah, hi Axelcraft, it's been a while. If we have a vertex and we want to, and there's such thing as, well, I'm trying to say here, the change in a let's say we have a variable, if we have a variable x and we want to say the difference between x sub 1 minus x sub 2, or x sub 2 minus x sub 1, this is actually equal to delta x. That's why I call it delta vertex position, because what this does is what this function I want it to do is to what I want this function to do is to actually only change it relative to the current vertex position. So now let's go ahead and I mean I could do it like that, but nah, we won't. All right. So next up, we kind of just need to copy paste this exact thing. In fact, you might as well just copy paste a huge portion of this entire function. There's actually going to be a bit more work that we need to do than just that, though, because this is a different function. So a private void delta vertex position. Obviously, we have our string inputted cmd, paste everything. So yeah, everything is here. And let's go ahead and see what we need, what on earth we Okay, let me go ahead and also make sure that this goes to delta position. That way we can actually tell that this is that. So we don't want to just do this. We actually want to also have it just relative to it. So we'll go ahead and add it on like that. That is actually how this function is supposed to work. Anyway, delta position, it's not going to work like that. It actually has to work like a bit differently. So I would actually like to get this position and get a do vector 3 current position is equal to this, and well, can't forget to do that. So what we'll do here is this one is going to be the current position plus the delta position. So here, this one is going to be again the current position plus the delta position, not what, oh, we forgot to put the capital. So here we go, x, y, z. And, well, yeah, everything is already here. We just need to make sure that it works. So then now what we need to do is okay. I'm just making sure now. This is a long function. Okay, I guess we can go ahead and add it to the functions to do. So next is we have delta vertex position. Obviously, we just pass in cmd code, and there we go. Close command prompt like so. Go back. Let's go ahead and test it out. So first off, it's probably not going to really change anything if I do it with this guy. So if I do delta vertex position and we do 1, 1, we'll just have it go up by 1. Let's go ahead and call the function again. As you see, it in fact is I'm curious to see what happens if I try to update the position in real time. Okay, that is a bug. That is a bug. Yeah, that is definitely a bug. And in order to fix that, the only real way to do that, to fix that, is that we have to go to our panels, Vertex Properties panel. The problem is when we do this, you have to do there's a bit of an issue now. We kind of had to Yeah. I guess something I should do is when we open a command, when we open the command prompt, we have to close. We have to close the property panel. So let me check to see how I did it with this one. So basically what I have to do is to get the UI panel script from the special object, then yeah, set its target to null. It's not equal to null. Okay, this is a bit of some odd stuff. I guess I'll go ahead and just do it in the player prompt. If we open the command prompt, we have to see if we have to check if special object.script open property panel. Is that really the one? I think it's the one. Let me go ahead and check. Okay, yeah, I guess it is that one. So if this is not equal to null, well, all we need to do is to call this get component. This one will be the property a UI panel. We get the UI panel script, and we do set target equal to null. Then of course we do special object.script property panel set equal to null. I believe that, at least I believe that that's how it works. When we set the target to null, hold on a second. Where is that panel, UI panel? If we set the target is, okay, so apparently I don't have it here automatically. I'll go ahead and do it like this. I'll just go ahead and, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do it the way I have it. Set this thing to null. There we go. With that, yeah, because you're not really there to actually. So if I was to open this, and if I open that, it goes ahead and closes. So delta vertex position A, we want to move it to the side by 1, or we'll just go ahead and do it like that. And well, let me look at this. Yeah, it's, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait. Okay, we need confirmation. What? Set cam position, and we just want to put it exactly towards the origin. Set the player position to that. And this is the negative X. We want to look straight. What? Oh, wait a second. That's not how you do that. I completely forgot that the set cam position, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't just do that. You have to do that target Okay, this is the get component. This one is going to be the player. This is the camera. The cam move dot or okay, so this is a bit of an awkward function, but we'll go ahead and go back to our camera move function. What we now need to do is to, in a sense, we now need to actually have a public function that actually allows it to do this. So this is going to be a public void set target position, and all this does, it takes in a vector 3, and this one is going to be the new target position. And well, all we need to do is target position is set equal to new target position. There we go. That's what we need to do. And under a player command prompt, we now have to do this .get component, the cam move script. Then here we'll do set target position to the new camera position. There we go. And I also think I need to remember to add notifications when we do this. Okay, so when we do a make okay, this is a bit awkward, but okay, if we do make, just kind of wondering. So we can do that. And now I kind of want to get rid of it. Okay, sorry about that. I'm just set to build mode. Go ahead and you mind? Okay, there. So delta vertex position, we now need to do is say 1, 1, 1. We want to do A and set it to 1, 1, 1. All right. Now let me now go ahead and set the camera set cam position to 0, 0, 0. So with this, this is the positive Z. This is the probably where it should be, like that. And we go toward it. Yep. Okay. And let's say we want to now do delta vertex position. We'll do here we'll do A -1, -1, -1, and it should be back at the origin, exactly where you need it. Now let me go ahead and bring up this command again and check its position, and apparently this guy is not correct. So we completely forgot about Mr. New target position. This one needs to be minus the new target position dot x. There we go. Completely forgot to do that, but we managed to get it to do the thing. So now what we need to do is I actually would like to add some notifications. So notification.notify here. created vertex and we're just going to do that for 0.5 seconds. Then we have notification.notify. This one's going to say created edge for 0.5 of a second. Then under the enable notifications, notification.notify, if we want to set this to false, and then we'll say disabled notifications. This one's just going to be 0.25 second thing. And lastly, of course, notification.notify enabled notifications. I guess I'll go ahead and just do it like this. Now for the set vertex position, this one's going to be notification.notify set, all right, changed vertex position. We'll do it for 0.25 of a second. 0.5 of a second. And lastly, we just kind of need to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to just go ahead and copy paste that last bit of the code here, right there. And we're going to go down all the way to here. Same thing like that. Now, oh boy, this one's going to be quite a long one to do. So here we'll do private void. This one's going to be edit vertex. Obviously, we have to input this string called the inputted command. Then what we need to do is we have a string for the vertex name. It's going to be equal to nothing. Then we have a string for the new vertex name, and that's equal to this. And then we have a string for the x equal to this, string for the y equal to this, and the string for the z, of course, equal to the empty string. All right, then we have an int called the param index. This is equal to equal to 0. Then we have a boolean called make string equal to false. Then we have to do our classic for each character in inputted command. We have to do our ifs. If make string is equal to true, else if character is equal to the open square bracket, we want to do make string, set it equal to true. And here we have to do is our indicate if the character is equal to the comma, we want to continue. But not only that, we want to do param index increased by 1. Then finally, if character is equal to this guy, we want to break. And of course, the last thing is the switch. Switch param index case 0 break, case 1 break, case 2 break, case 3 break, and last case 4 break. So the case 0 is the vertex name plus, okay, this plus equals the characters. And again, we have the new vertex name plus equals the characters, like so. And then we have the x plus equals the characters. 3 is the x plus equals the character, I mean not x, so y plus equals the characters. And lastly, the z plus equals the characters. And with this, we now have to do a bunch of things. So first off, if vertex, okay, first, if param index does not equal to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, then we want to return saying, and we want to do our syntax error. Okay, and the enable notice is not the best example for this, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy I'm going to go ahead and do that. Copy this. And I believe I've completely forgotten to include the, not that. Oh my gosh, I'm completely lost. My brain. Okay, we're going to copy this entire thing. They go up, and we have to do this. No. Oh my gosh. Does not okay, this is completely bugged. It wouldn't have even worked. It's not equal to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh hey, we can just copy paste this one. Okay. Vertex. Then if it's like this, then we can go ahead and do that. Then now what we need to do is the classic get the name. So let's give a vertex name, not whatever the heck it was before. So when we make, okay, hold on a second. When we make an edge, what does it say? Must input. Okay, fine. Then over here, I guess, you know what, we'll just do it like this. If vertex name dot length is less than or equal to 0, we want to return and do a notification dot notify must give a vertex name for 0.5 seconds. Then if we do this, if we do graph editor dot script dot vertices contains key, we pass in the vertex name, and if that is false, then we want to return saying notification dot notify could not find vertex name. vertex name. Then we'll do that for 0.5 seconds. All right. Next is we have to do if new vertex, okay. We'll do it like this. Let's give vertex a name. Then we'll deal with that later. And after we do this, we have to do the if u dot string is float x equal to false, we want to return to notification dot notify x is not a valid float. Then what we now need to do is to just copy paste this exactly as it is, except do for the z, do for the z, do for the y, and for the y. And with that, we'll go ahead and close out all those. Gosh, there is a ton of checks that needs to be done. And if all that manages to go through, what we'll do is we also need to make sure that we do vertex selected vertex dot selected vertex is equal to graph editor dot script dot vertices, and we're going to pass in the vertex name. Then what we now need to do is to do graph editor dot script dot set vertex name. Okay, hold on. I have a feeling I'm missing something. We could do the graph builder dot script dot edit vertex value, no. What? Okay, I have some issues with how to edit certain things. All right, so in our graph editor, we could actually probably would like to actually make these public. We probably should, because for the sake of making things a lot more simple in our script, we'll do it like this. Because let's be honest, having to this one's going to be edit, not going to be graph builder, this is going to be graph editor dot script dot edit vertex name. So here we have to pass in the selected vertex, and we pass in the new vertex name. Hold on a second, this is to be new vertex name. Then what we have to do is graph editor.script.edit vertex position x, pass in the float. So here we do selected vertex, pass in the negative u dot string to float of x. And I have to just copy paste this, except this is going to be negative. This is not going to be negative. This is going to be the y. It's going to be the z. And this is going to be the z. And this is going to be the y. And with that, we can now edit vertices. Yay. Let me check how long this script was. Oh my gosh, this thing has already outnumbered it. Okay. With that, we now can add that to our list of things that we could do, and this is a very long script. All right. So then now we have the edit vertex. We pass in the CMD code. All right. Now the edit edge. So edit edge. So pub is going to be private void edit edge. Yay. String inputted CMD. Don't forget one last thing. Close CMD prompt. All right. And with that, when we have to do an edit edge, we have quite a bit of things. So we have a string called the edge name. I have a string for the new edge name equals to that. I have a string for the new value. I'm going to call this, actually, we're just going to call it value instead, and then string the P1, string P2 to this, then have a string for directional equal to that. Obviously, we have to do our Boolean, which is make string and by default set to false. Then we have our int param index equal to 0. So classic for each character in inputted CMD, if else, if make string is equal to true, then we have else. If the character is equal to the first bracket, what we want to do here is to, not that, we want to make string equal to true. And with this, now we have to do is a switch, but not only a switch, we also need to do is if the character is equal to the comma, we have to, not only do we have to continue, we have to do param index plus 1, then continue. Then after that, we have to check if the character is equal to the closing bracket, param index, not that, we have to break. And now, of course, we have to put param index, case 0, break, case 1, not that, break, that, case 2, break, case 3, and then, of course, break, come on, semicolon, case 4, break, and finally case 5, break. I'm pretty sure it's 5 conditions, so 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. All right, lots of stuff. So edge name plus equals the characters. Then is the new edge name plus equals the characters. Then you have value plus equals the character, no, not that, characters. Then we have, of course, P1 plus equals the characters. Next is we have P2 plus equals all the characters. And lastly, directional plus equals characters. So with all that, after that entire for each loop, what we now have to do is do all the checking. Yay. So let's go ahead and get all these, get these two because they are always the first two that we need to have in our thing here. Let's go ahead and try and shorten this because this script, because it's going to be a really long script. So then next is we have to do is check, obviously now what we have to do is check if the edge exists. So graph.builder, graph editor.script.edges.contains key, and we pass in the edge name. It's equal to false. We want to return, and we want to do notification.notify. Notification.notify could not find edge. Edge name. And we obviously are going to do it for 0.5 seconds. Then we want to do if, of course, we also need to do if graph, if edge name dot length is less than or equal to 0, we want to do notification dot notify must give an edge name, must give an edge name 2.5f. Then of course we'd like to return. Next is we have to check if the u.string is float value, and then of course we have to do now after this is we have to get access to the edge. The edge is equal to selected edge is equal to the graph editor.script.edges, and we search for the edge name like so. Seriously. Okay, then string is float value. If this is equal to false, we want to return saying that notification.notify value is not a valid float. 2.5f, like that. Then next is, after that is the P1 and P2. These ones are going to be more, we're going to have to copy and paste these because, yeah. We're going to put it here. Instead of vertex name, this is going to be P1, 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 and P1. Now we have to just copy paste this again. So we're going to put it right here. It's going to be P2, contains key P2, P2, P2. Now we don't want it to actually be called selected vertex. We want to call this the P1 vertex. And here will be the P2 vertex. We go ahead and shorten these because, yeah, these are getting rather complicated, not complicated, but yeah, whatever, you get it. So now we have to do if directional is equal to that, and else if, yes, I know you're not, don't get mad at me for using else ifs. Come on guys, chill. and then else will return. Notification.notify, or actually no, we're going to have a boolean called directional state equal to false. However, this one will be directional state will be set to true, then directional state will be set to false. And then here we're going to go refer to the enable notifs. I'm going to go here. I'm going to do that. Directional state can only either be these true or false. So with that, oh my gosh, we can finally now edit a vertex. Maybe. Of course, I need to remember that there actually is still one more condition. So if player editor, no, graph editor.script.connected edges between vertices. So we have P1 vertex, and then we have P2 vertex. If this is equal to true, then we want to return, and we want to do notification.notify. There already is an edge between P1 and P2 for 0.5 of a second. Yep, that is the last one. I'm pretty sure it is. And now what we need to do is to actually do the graph editor.script.edit edge name. Edit edge name. So now we have to pass in our good old selected edge, comma, new edge name. Then we have our graph editor.script.edit edge. What is it? What's the next one? Edit edge value. Okay. Edit edge value, our selected edge, and we give it u dot string to float of the value. Okay, let me go ahead and rename this guy. So this one's going to be a new value. New value. New value. There we go. And the graph editor.script.edit edge P1. So then we pass in our selected edge, and this one's going to be our P1 vertex. And the graph editor.script.edit. Holy, wait a second. Wait, before we do we do not want to edit the vertex, the edge name first. That is actually very important. Oh my gosh. If we edit the vertex's name or the edge name first, it will literally not work. So we have to edit every other property first before we edit the name. Okay, so yeah, good thing I've noticed. So graph editor.script.edit edge P2, then we have selected edge P1, P2 vertex. And lastly, graph editor.script.edit edge direction, selected edge, and directional state, like so. And with that, we can now edit any edge and any vertex. And next is a more simple function. So this is going to be, let's go ahead and make sure to add that to our now executable functions, our edit edge. So we just have to do edit edge, cmd code, and close the command prompt. Close the command prompt. Okay, I have to make sure to close the command prompt for every single one of these. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, Well, now we're going to have our private void set mode. Now, this one is probably the easiest one out of all of them. What I'll have to do is a string inputted CMD case. Okay, we're going to put our inputted CMD case. It is set mode view, and we'll break case what? Oh, inputted CMD. There we go. Then we have set mode edit. Then we have case set mode solve. And yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this actually does do this. Then if it's not one of those, then we'll do notification.notify can only set mode to one of the following. View, edit, or solve. And we'll do this for we'll give this a bit more of a longer time. 1 second, why not? And if that is the case, then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our mode manager.script.set set mode. There we go. And we'll do mode.view. There we go. Let's do mode manager.set mode mode.edit. Very basic stuff. In there you can do this stuff. Mode manager.set mode, and we'll do mode.solve. There we go. With all that, you can now go ahead and, I don't know why you wouldn't just use the buttons, but why not? This actually is a more simple kind of function. Actually, you know what? This function actually looks completely useless because once again, you can just do this with the menu. So what am I doing? Yeah, I'll go ahead and remove this one. It's not needed at all. So set that one's completely done. And lastly, the command list. I'm not really sure how to do this one. My idea is that it lists all the commands, and what I'm going to have to do is to create a bunch of UI. And there's one thing that I would like to do, because you list it, it actually just pops up and it's going to be in front of everything except the notifications. So over here, I guess I now need a reference to this thing. So this is going to be a public game object. This is going to be the CMD list, CMD list obj, list of all the commands. There you go. So yeah, this one literally will explain every single, it will explain every single command. And to actually wait, I guess we can might as well put it over here, a panel. This one will go right there. It's going to fit exactly right there. We want to actually get rid of this guy. Then under this panel, this one is going to be the commands list. Now it's not exactly just going to be this. There actually is going to be a scroll view. Within the scroll view, we want to actually do like this. Now we don't need any horizontal. Let me go ahead and put this on play to see what happens. Scroll view, the viewport, and we have some automatic navigation, which I'm just going to completely get rid of. Anyway, so under viewport, the content, we're going to have a rather large amount of text. So I'm going to put this Calibri regular. We want to make sure that this is black. Then, of course, we're going to expand it to the entire thing. Yeah, we're going to do that. However, of course, we want to expand this for as much as we need to. So we now need to explain all of these functions. So the first one, I guess I'm going to put, is the set cam position. So this is going to be one set cam position. What it does is we put an X, a Y, and a Z. Okay, and we also would like to make sure that when under the commands list, we want to actually make sure that it's completely, you cannot actually see through it. That's actually kind of important. And under this, we're going to put another panel, but this one is obviously, you know the drill. It's going to be the panel. But this guy is going to be black, and we want to make sure that its opacity is seen. So yeah, under here, the text, you don't just want to actually, you actually kind of technically do want to give it some leverage room on the side. So we're going to have it be like 5 and 5 on the other side. So set cam position, leave no spacing between parameters. Yeah, this is actually a pretty important thing to note, that you must not leave no spaces between parameters. And yeah, between parameter, yeah. Number one is set cam position. What this does is it sets the camera position to a specified location. And well, the next thing is that what it does after that is what it's going to be is that x is equal to the x position, y is going to be equal to the y position, and the z is equal to the z position. Number 2 is going to be the make vertex. We have the name x, y, and z. So this one, what it does is creates a vertex with with a given name and at a specific location. So the name is equal to the name given to the new vertex. The x is equal to the x position. I guess we might as well make this consistent with all of our, there we go. I want to scroll down a bit so that way we can actually see what we're typing. And then we have the y is equal to the y position, and z is equal to the z position. 3 is going to be the make edge. So this one is going to be the name, p1, name, p2, name, then our value, and directional. Creates an edge between two vertices. Each with a given name in between two vertices, with a value and a directional state. So name is equal to the name given to the new edge. Next is the, well, I'm going to have to look at, so next is we have the P1 name. So this is name of the vertex for the source of the edge. P2 is equal to the name of the vertex for the end of the edge. Then the value is equal to the given value for the edge, and the directional is either true or false. A given number value, true or false. Next is we have number 4, enable notifs. State. This one is enables or disables notifications. This setting in the change the setting in the under the pause menu and settings. We'll do it. Wait, hold on a second. Whoa. What? No. No, where? No. Oh my gosh, I'm just freaked out right now. Okay, so enables or disables notifications. That's all it does. State is either going to be true or false. Number 5. I might as well just test this out right now, but I might as well just test it out right now. I'm going to have a commands list is going to be rather not going to be centered. It's actually just going to be stretched out like so. We do this. And we need to make sure that we also have a button to close this, because let's be honest, it's, yeah. over here, you want to have a width of 32 by 32. It's going to be the close button. And of course, we want to give it a X marks the spot. Questioning if I should put it in the inside of the, if I should put it, you know, scroll view. I guess we can go ahead and just put it like that. Okay, that's, here we'll have our, the close button. It looks ugly. Okay, I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna set this to none. Then I want to add a panel to it. Give it the panel thing. Make it like that and give it a black look. There we go. And of course, we want to make sure that there is no navigation whatsoever. Okay, good. With that, this button, all this button, the close button is going to literally just do one thing. Close the commands list. Game object, set active to false. That's literally what it does. Go ahead and do that and close. Goodbye. All right, with that, this thing is absolutely large. So we're going to now take this guy and we want to go to our commands list and put it right there. Then under here, under our code, I'll go back, I'll put it back here so you guys can see. Over here at the start, we want to make sure the cmd list.set active to false because we don't want it to be open at the start. If we close the command prompt, I guess we also might as well do cmd list object.set active to false. Makes the commands list invisible. There we go. There we go. We'll do that. We're not going to necessarily open it, but yeah, you need to close it manually unless you exit command. Yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, next is we do need to continue this, but I'm going to test if it works. So, and if I do this, list CMD is not an existing. What was the name of the function? Forgive me. Anyway, cmd list, if we do it like that, it is an existing command. However, we didn't program it to do anything. So this one's actually literally the easiest out of everything. So this one's going to be a private void. We also can get rid of that message for myself. Cmd list, here we go. The string, put it cmd. So if the string is not equal to cmd list like this, if inputted cmd is equal to this, then of course we'll do notification.notify listing all commands. We'll do that for 0.5 seconds. Like that. And then else, not edge interact. Come on. Else notification.notify syntax error. Try cmd list for 0.5 seconds. And that is literally That is literally how you do cmd list. I don't actually, now that I think about it, cmd list should not close the command prompt. It should not close the command prompt. And of course we pass in the cmd code. And yeah, if it's not exactly this, yeah, we'll go ahead and it's not an existing command. cmd list for a list of all commands. Input cmd list for a list of all commands. There we go. And with that, we now need to finish up writing the descriptions of all this. So the commands list, we have to go back to our text. All right, there's quite a bit of things left to do. And we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this again off to the side so that way you guys can see. Then after the enable notifs, is it enable notifs or notif? Notifs. Yeah, it's enable notifs. Yeah, it is. Okay. Anyway, we'll go ahead and see what's next, which is set vertex position. And maybe I should put these in alphabetical order. Okay. Anyway, never mind. I'm too lazy to do that. Though I really should. All right, well, you know what? I'll do it like that. I'll have it in alphabetical order. So first off, we have maybe. First off, we have clear notifs. This one, clears all notifications. Clears all upcoming notifications, pending notifications, whatever. Number 2 is not make vertex. We're gonna go ahead and just get rid of all these numbers because that's not how this works. So any of this works. And well, next is obviously going to be the cmd list. Makes a list of all commands appear. That's literally it. Next is going to be the delta vertex thing, the delta vertex. Number 3, delta vertex position is going to be, this takes in a name, X, Y, and Z, changes the position of a vertex by a vector X, Y, Z relative to the vertex's current position. So the name is equal to the name of the vertex to change the position of. So then we have our X is going to be the change in X position. Y is equal to the change in Y position. Z is equal to the change in Z position. So yeah, that's the difference between some of the other functions. Okay, next is A, B, C, D. Is there any more D? Set cam, no D. So edit edge is the next one. Edit edge, it takes in an edge name and have edge name, the new name, new value, new P1, new P1, new P2, then the new directional state. Edits the properties of a specified edge. So edge name is equal to the edge name of the edge to edit. Then edit the new name is equal to the new name for the edge. New value is equal to the new number value for the edge. New P1 is equal to the new, what did I call it? New vertex name of the new vertex source, the edge. New P1, P2 name of the new vertex end of the edge. Then new directional state is equal to true or false. 5. Edit vertex, which is going to be vertex name, new name, X, Y, and Z. Edits the properties of a vertex. Vertex name is equal to the name of the vertex to edit. New name is equal to the new name of the vertex. X is equal to the new X position. Y is equal to the new Y position. And Z is equal to the new Z position, like that. 6 is, I believe 6 after that is enable notifs. So this is going to be state. Wait, hold on, I believe this, I have it here. Here we go. Copy that. Number 6, like that. Then number 7. Any more? Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. No, there's no G, there's okay, is there, seriously though, is there anything else? My brain can't handle this. Okay. All right, I'm trying to think. Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay, E. Anything after E, which is going to probably be the M. So I guess I'm going to do that. Not make vertex, make edges first. Make edge, so we have the name, P1 name, Actually, wait a second. I'm pretty sure I put it here. Here it is. Okay, take that. Go ahead and paste you like this. Okay, it's just really like that. And then for number 8, we have the make vertex, much more simple. Make the vertex number 9. After we make the vertex, there are a few things that we do. We can either we can set cam position, or we can do other things, but set. Okay, wow. Wait, do we really only have exactly 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Oh, wait a second, I forgot. There's an N. So, and that is notify. This is a completely cosmetic thing. String is going to be the text, and this one's going to be the time. Displays a custom notification. That's literally a text is, this is equal to the text from the text on the notification. What else would it be? Then the time is how long the notification will be displayed. There we go. Number 10 is going to be the set cam position, which we have right here. So that's not hard to do. Set cam position. 11 is going to be the set vertex position. So we have the name X, Y, Z. So sets the position of a vertex to a specified location. So name is equal to the name of the vertex to change the position of. X is the X position, the new X position, I guess. Y is equal to the new Y position, and lastly Z is equal to the new Z position. And with that, we have all of our 11 stuff. So I'll type in cmd list, listing all commands, but it didn't do anything. Okay, fine, sure. Yeah, I probably completely forgot to do the one thing that it needs to do. When we list all commands, we have to do cmd list object dot set active to not tag, set it to true. Yeah, I am smart. I'm smart. Totally knew what I was doing there. Yeah, you didn't see that coming. All right, anyway. So cmd list makes a list of all this stuff, man. Do you just not scroll? Hello? 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 You just, why are you like this? Okay. Okay, fine. We're gonna have this be exactly the content. Okay, I am smart. Okay, anyway. Content. Rather than doing it that, we're going to do a bit of some changes. So here, our scroll view, rather than it being the content, we want it to be the text. Yeah, there you go. Delete that thing. Right, then hopefully now we'll be able to get it to work. CMD list. And now we need to actually be able to click on the thing. Hello, scroll, please. No. Why is it that I cannot change this thing? Hello? Why? I cannot change the, why? Why? Scroll bar vertical. But seriously though, like, why can't I click on it? Oh, wait a second, I have a feeling. What? No, it's not? What? Hello? Can you do what you're told to do? I'm kind of mad. I'm mad. I'm mad. What the heck? Why can't I click on you? Oh, raycast target. Right. Okay. That was a little bit of a setback, but I forgot that raycast targets are a thing. Let's open up our command prompt again. CMD list, listing all commands. We can now look at every single one. Leave no spaces between parameters. I guess I might as well also note that the syntax is also the syntax. Please, guys, it's going to be this is the outline. And for this thing, I would like to actually give it my own touch. Instead of giving it the UI sprite, you know what we're going to do. Give it a UI panel. I'm going to give it also that. Not a background. What? No, not the background. Give it the panel. We also want to make it visible. Yeah, the basic geometric thing. Okay, the sliding area. Yes, we also do want to give it a outline. Also want to give it an outline, but of course we're probably going to have to remove the raycast target. So here again, we're going to get a panel. This panel is going to be completely black, and we actually also want it to be visible. So apparently that was not the thing, the scroll bar vertical. Hold on. Wait a second. What? Can we not edit the? Huh? What? So it's none? I mean, we could actually just set it to the panel, but actually we'll just, instead we're gonna give it a more darker thing right there. And we're gonna remove the background. And here we get a panel. This one's actually going to have a panel. Like that. Give it thing. And there we go. We have a more simple, I think I would say a better looking kind of thing. kind of better looking. Hold on a second. I also would like to change the scroll bar to actually be right here. And I would like to it's driven by the scroll rect. Why are you like this? Why? Can I you know, edit some things? Please? Please? You know, please? Hold on, because I would really like to change the height. I would really like to lower it, you know, like, fine. Can I change the height? That would actually be kind of cool. I would really like to do that, but I guess fine, I can't. I forgot to completely do what I was going to be doing in the first place, which is to say that syntax is given in the follow the syntax given here. All right, so with that, we'll go ahead and bring up the command prompt again. I'm going to do our cmd list. So we could, in fact, we can actually do some other stuff. And if we want to close it out, we can do that. Why is it? Wait a minute, what? Wait, what? Wait a minute, what? Whoa. CMD get CMD code. Get CMD name. Oh. Okay, CMD name. Okay, there we go. We'll just do it like that. So that's why. Okay. And now we can do anything. Now we can just do a bunch of stuff. Like we say that that is not an existing command. And in fact, I believe that we should change a bit of the notification of how the notification works. From the left, we're going to have to shrink it to about 18. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the exact same on the right. So yeah, that's a bit devastating, some devastating news, you know. And you know what? I want to load up something. I want to load up uptest confirm. All right. So, surprised by how well everything has been going so far. We reached the 2 hour mark. I'm wondering what else I can do. I guess I could go ahead and fix that bug where I yeah with the graph solver, the path solver, specifically where if we remove a vertex point, it doesn't specifically, yeah. Okay, if we hold on a second. What? Okay, if the point is not null and the vertex point is no longer set. Wait, what? Shouldn't that work? Shouldn't that work? Where, okay, I'm going to make a very basic graph, right, like this. And if I was to go to solve mode and say, I'll say point A0, go back to point A. Okay, first off we need to do is if vertex points set v point index is not equal to null, we're going to have to remove vertex point at set v point index. That's not how we do it. There you go. I guess that's how we're going to do that. But that will only be if it's not equal to null. So maybe now this will work. So let me go ahead and fix that up. Okay, so we'll do A0 and A. Let's say we change this to A. Let's say we click A again and continuously click A. Let's say we change A0, 0. A1, if we have like another vertex here and let's say we want to connect it like that. Then we can do A to A1. A1, then A to, yeah, it works. Okay, perfect. Does exactly what we needed to now. All right. And with that, we're going to actually want to hide this commands list. So yeah. There is actually, I believe there is one setting that I actually want to add to the player settings. In fact, it is a public this one's going to be a public float as well. This one's, I'm not sure if do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? You know what? I don't think I'm not, should I? Camera reach. Okay, the one thing I was wondering if I should debate about adding is camera reach. Now, I'm not sure if I should have this be something. I'm not sure if I should have this be a setting, if I'm completely honest with myself. However, it actually does make a lot of sense to actually have as a setting. So, but what I'm going to have to do is actually go through a lot of this, and I'll have to go. What happened to the? Oh, it's in the cam interaction, right? The camera reach. It is a public float. It is exactly a public thing. And what all I would need to do is to actually replace it with the player settings camera reach. And well, I guess I think I might as well do a camera reach. And this is equal to, well, the camera reach is, camera reach is currently, if I can find it, in the main camera, 10. I put it very high up because I really believe it should be very high. So this is how far the camera can interact with maximum distance the camera can interact. So then we have a private float previous reach. Then we have a public slider. Yes, we're going to be using a slider reach slider. And then we have a public text, the reach value. So again, we're going to have to do some things like, what is it? Update settings, then update settings UI, then we have, since this is going to be the reach slider dot value is going to be equal to the camera reach. Then the sensitivity slider, or not that, the reach value dot text is equal to, well, it's not gonna be as complicated as it's just going to be the camera reach dot toString. I guess I could have it f2, I guess. Yeah, like that. Then we have to do update previous settings. So then we have the previous reach is equal to the camera reach, like that. And under our save new settings, else we have to do, okay, we also need to do this. So a public void set camera reach. This one will take in a float called the new value. Obviously, what this is going to exactly do this one's going to do the camera reach is equal to the new value, then I keep reading off the top one. The reach value dot text is going to equal the new value dot toString f2. All right. So then what we have to do now is to do exactly this. Set cam reach, previous reach. And now we have to do a bit of a change to our player settings data for our saving. So player settings data, not only do we have all this, we now have a public float called the reach. We're going to call it the cam reach. And well, now we have to do the same thing. Cam reach is equal to settings dot camera reach. There we go. Need a bit of water here because I feel like my throat's dying. All right, with all that, I believe, I'm not sure there's something I need to do. Our player settings, wait a second. Under our player settings, under our save manager, when we load, I need to put load player settings. Load player settings. Okay, there we go. So what we then have to do is under this guy, pset cam reach to settings data dot cam reach. Set the camera reach. All right. And with that, we're going to have to now, have a bit of fun messing with our settings now. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So here, under our camera sensitivity, and well, these guys, they're all just going to have to move up, down a bit. Except, okay, why are you included this? You don't need to be included. We're going to move this guy, these guys, just a tiny bit downward. The camera sensitivity, we're duplicating it, and we're moving it just a tiny bit downward, like that. Hopefully now I didn't just destroy everything, and this one is going to be the cam reach. And obviously, the camera reach, it's not going to be the rotation sensitivity slider. This is going to be the reach slider, and this one is going to be the reach value, like so. Under our settings, hold on a second. Where is our good old buddy, the unvalued changed? Rather than doing that, we have to do our player settings dot camera reach, and the reach. And well, all we need to do now is we have to set the maximum and the minimum of the reach slider. This will not be from whole numbers, and obviously I don't want the, I will be a little bit obvious, is I don't want the maximum to be 10, to be that. I want it to be like 3, then we want to, the maximum, halfway, we're gonna, I think the maximum I'll do is 15. So that means that by default, I guess by default we'll have it set to 9 then in our player settings under the, where is it? The P settings. Where's the default? Where's default? I remember that I had a function for the default, low default settings. There it is. Here is going to be set cam reach. This one's going to be 9F. Sets the camera reach to 9F. There we go. With that, we now have to go to our good old friend, the main camera, and assign our player settings for the reach slider. I said the reach slider and the reach value. Let's go ahead and save. And well, to go ahead and solidify my settings, it's right now set to 3, but I'll set it to, why not, I'll set it to the maximum and save the new settings. Let's go ahead and get out. We also want to change the text because, yeah, it's not the camera rotation. This is not the camera rotation semi, this is the camera reach. Yeah, let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. Here we go. Let's make this bigger, camera reach distance, so that way it can be on par with, somewhat on par with it. Okay. There we go. Then let's go ahead and press play to see if it works. So here we're gonna go and go to our settings. Right now it's at 15, perfect. And well, let me go ahead and now go to back to our settings. Let's make this a lot smaller. Let's put it to the minimum and see if we can still reach. All right. The one thing that I forgot to do is now we need to get rid of this. Instead of doing this, we have to do piece settings dot. Okay, fine. We have to manually do it. Instead, we have to do piece settings dot script dot camera reach. P settings dot script dot camera reach, like this. And then we get rid of this guy, and now we can actually have it rely on our input value. What do you mean? Okay, then here we have piece setting. Position in front of cam. Instead of doing that, we do p settings dot script dot camera reach. A lot more simple now. All right. Oh my gosh. So now, if we were to go to our settings, as you can see, it's only 3, so it's very, very, very short. It can only be like very close to actually interact. However, if we were to go to our settings, change our camera reach to the maximum, we can definitely interact with it now, as you can see. Now, it may look a little bit odd that we can actually interact with it at this distance, but it's okay, doesn't matter. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter if we can. So now, yeah, we finally have our that. But with coming up with that, I have come up with a new command that we can actually do. So let me go get rid of all that. Under the player command prompt, we now have a new thing we can do. So this one's going to be set camera reach. Set camera reach, and we have a value. Obviously, I would like to. I'm going to limit the how high it can be. Set cam reach. So set cam reach. Okay, there we go. Set cam reach. Then under this, we have to make a new case. This one's going to be set cam reach. In case it is that, we're going to return. Then of course we have to set cam reach, and we have to illegally pass in the CMD code, which we'll specify in a bit. And we're going to have a string called the inputted CMD. And of course, we have to do our good old-fashioned thing here. So we have our string called the value. This is going to be equal to nothing. Then we actually have our Boolean, which is equal to, which a Boolean, this is going to be make string equal to false, like that. I'm going to take that out. Anyway, and we want to do not an if, we don't want an if statement yet. We want to make a for each loop for each character in inputted CMD if make string is equal to true, and else if the character is equal to this guy, we can do make string equal to not that kind of that one. We're going to set it equal to true there. And if it is true, we have to say if the character, not that character, if that is equal to the comma, we're going to, well, there's no comma. If it is equal to this, we want to break. Then what we need to do is just do value plus equals character. Yeah, this one's a lot more simpler than the most because it doesn't actually have a parameter index. So what we have to do here is to do our classic checking for some things, not that one. Notify. There it is. Okay, it's going to be like this. Okay, so you don't need this one. However, what we want to do now is if value dot length, not lasting, length is less than or equal to 0, we do notification dot notify must give a number, which will be 0.5 seconds. And then we do obviously our not a reference. We don't have any reference to anything. Return. Then what we now need to do obviously is to check if u dot string is float is equal to false. We have to pass in our value. You have to do a return, and we also have to say notification dot notify value is not a valid float for 0.5 seconds. And now the next thing we have to do is check, and next thing to do is to do a float. This is going to be the reach value is going to be equal to u dot string to float of value. And we have to do if reach value is less than 3f, or reach value is greater than 15f, we must do a return because we don't want it to be, we don't have to do notification.notify reach or value. We have to say can only have a reach value from 3 to 15. And we're going to have this be 1 second because it's a more longer one. Then if that's all the case, then we could do settings.script.set cam reach to the reach value. And we might as well do a save manager.script.save. Hold on a second. Where's the function to save? Save player. Where's save player data? Where's the function to do that? Save. Where is it? Okay, we have load player settings, but where in on earth? Okay, sorry, I just got a reply on some random comment that I have. Anyway, anyway, let me go ahead and see where do I save the player settings? Because I'm pretty sure that's a very important function to save the player settings. I would like to save the player settings. Is that only done through the save manager or the save system? Where do I, what, okay. What? Okay, I need to actually check something because like what on earth? Plate P settings. Oh, it's done through the. That's rather okay. I would have thought that it. Okay, sure, sure. Okay, sure. Save new settings. Okay, fine. Yeah. It's not in there. It's in the player settings dot script dot save new settings. And well, we're just gonna automatically give it a true because of that. Anyway, all right, and well, we're going to now also want to hide this CMD prompt. Okay, come on, where is it? Extras, command prompt, like that. And with this, we can finally, maybe, hopefully, yes, okay. The notes about what to do next, well, we don't have any notes. We've done everything. But except we kind of we still need to actually remember that I have to you know I'm smart. Okay, I have to I have to fix the list. Not the close button, the viewport and the text. There we go. The next function that we need to add is obviously we need to now add our new function, the set camera reach. All right. well, it appears that my output is not doing very well. I hope everything is going fine for you guys. My output is not doing very well, and I kind of realized that I also technically need to do the player settings here .script save new settings, and this one is going to be set to true. I also need to do the same thing with the other one. All right, and with that, we also now need to add this guy to our list of functions. We have to say set cam reach is number has to be number after set cam position. Set cam reach is at right, should be right directly after that, so number 12. So set cam reach, this one's going to be a value. Set the maximum reach to a specific value. Okay, so to do this, what we have to do is where value is equal to a number from 3 to 15. And that is literally it. So let me go ahead and test out my little thing here. So right now I'm currently going to go very far away, and then I'll do Shift Enter, and we want to do set cam reach to, let's say we want to set it to just 3. Save new settings, but now we want to set it back to 15. I can set it to 10 as well. But I think I'm going to go stick with 15. So yeah, there we go, works. And when we set the new camera reach, the last thing that we need to do, when we set the camera reach, we actually do need to close set cam reach. This one does require to close the command prompt. There we go. Enable notifs. All right. And yeah. So yeah, we finally managed to get commands to work. Man, okay. In the next part, I believe I'll try to actually start to work on the Dijkstra's algorithm. I'll actually start to work on it. Yeah. So yeah, I guess in our notes to do what to do next, I'm going to go ahead and note that we have to code I don't even know how to properly, how do I spell Dijk Dijkstra's algorithm. That is going to be our next task. And well, I'm going to have to actually do some research because I'm not sure how to do Dijkstra's algorithm with disconnected graphs. So yeah, at least with that for the computer, because like a computer sees the world differently. It's easy to tell for a person to like, it's easy for us to tell that a graph is when a graph is disconnected. If you're wondering what a disconnected graph is, I guess I might as well show you that this is currently connected, and let's say I want to connect these two vertices, and well, let's say we have if basically we have a bunch of other points like that, this is actually a disconnected graph. This is because, as you can see, we have one graph here and we have another graph here. If we were to take subgraphs of this, you might note it would be noticeable that, hey, that there are points that are not that are not connected to that subgraph. So yeah, it's actually very. I currently do not know a way for how to actually determine, say, hey, that there is no edge between any of these. Between it's hard to actually for me to be able to tell that this is a subgraph of each other, but yeah, that is probably one of the main things I need to determine. Like, hey, this is that this part is a connected group, and yeah, I currently do not know how to check for that, other than to literally do like say, hey, is there an edge connected between this guy, and is there an edge could be connected between this guy, and so on. But guess what? That's actually kind of having to do this kind of check for every single vertex is going to be, does look very messy, because look at that. This, it says, is this vertex connected with all these, this one, and this one, and yeah, this one. It basically says it goes to out to all of the vertices like this and checks if there actually is in fact an edge connected between them, and that is actually going to be a very ugly to do. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can find an algorithm that can actually detect this. So yeah, we're going to code Dystra's algorithm, and yeah, we actually need to work on the shortest path solver. And well, yeah, we got a lot of stuff done in this episode. It's been an hour, and oh my gosh, it's been almost 3 hours. Well, yeah, probably gonna end things. I'm gonna end things off here, and I'm going to be adding like 1 billion comments because yeah, and we coded our longest script. Yeah, this is the longest script for me. The longest script out of every one of them. 800 lines is, it's actually not that, 800 lines is actually not a lot, but it kind of is, but if anything, yeah, it's actually I think this is actually my longest script yet. I don't believe I have made a 1,000 script, a 1,000 line script yet. I don't believe I have yet. But yeah, if anything, it's cool to have this thing, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. So I guess before we end things off, I might as well leave some final words. I'm getting really close to the end of this project, and well, I will say that I am going to be publicly releasing this. This is going to be a public program for everyone, and yeah, you'll be able to solve for paths. You can make your own graphs. Heck, this actually could be a modeling program. I mean, it would be a very terrible modeling program because, let's face it, it's not very good. And this is where the function clear all notifications is good. Let's say we spammed like this. Okay, I'm just flexing clear all notifications. There we go. So yeah, we can now oh gosh. Yeah, you can definitely see that, yeah, we can definitely could create some very interesting things. And because of the way I figured out how to do this, I actually do have some plans to, in fact, I have some plans to make some maybe possible graphing things or whatever. And but yeah, you guys you'll be able to get access to this program, I promise, when I'm finished. So you can load up a new graph if I want to. Well, okay, you can also load up this graph, and yeah, you can basically do whatever you want. You can have your own graphs. You can do whatever you want, and yeah. I hope you guys will enjoy what I have to offer for this program, and maybe you guys can check it out when it's done. For when I release the program, I will do a video, not a live stream, on it. So yeah, you probably, yeah. There's nothing else I have to. There's nothing else I really can say here. We're almost done. Like that really is surprising to me that we're almost done. Huh. Wow. Man. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. Enough about that. Guess I might as well head off now because it's been streaming for almost 3 hours. So yeah, that's really about it for now. So thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed.